Okay, today we're looking at something pretty remarkable. It's a blueprint for a modern AI company. But, forget everything you think you know about huge teams and massive budgets. This is a plan for a lean, powerful, and maybe even revolutionary kind of startup. So, what does this new kind of company actually look like? Let's break it down.
So let's just start with this number. How many people do you think it takes to build a competitive AI company right now? 50? Maybe 100? Well, what if I told you the answer is right here on the screen?
That's right, just two. The entire operation is designed to be run by these two guys, Ira Warren Whiteside and Scott Morgan. They're basically betting that with the right AI tools and a perfectly tuned workflow, a duo can now pull off what used to take an entire department. It's a huge bet on being small and focused to outmaneuver the giants. So, the big question is, how do just two people possibly pull this off? Well, it all comes down to their engine, the AI workflow itself. This is their step-by-step process for turning raw information into a finished product. Let's take a look under the hood. It really boils down to these three simple steps. First, they analyze their existing data. Then, they create what they're calling an IVC workflow. That stands for Input, Validate, and Create. That's the core logic. And finally, the AI generates a narrative script. It's basically a production line for turning raw data into an actual story. Now, this first step is absolutely fundamental. Data profiling is all about understanding your raw materials. You can think of it like a master chef who carefully inspects every single ingredient before they even think about cooking. You just have to know what you're working with. Its quality, its quirks, all its potential. And here's the end game. They're not just crunching numbers here. They're taking information from what they call a metadata mart, which is like a library of data about their data, and then using AI to write a coherent story from it. Yeah, they're essentially building an AI storyteller. Of course, a workflow this ambitious is only going to be possible with the right set of tools. So let's look at the specific tech they've picked out to build their AI engine. Their tech stack is, as you'd expect, super modern and incredibly powerful. Think of Google AI Studio as their main workshop. Then they've got a Copilot app builder that acts like a smart assistant, speeding up development. T-SQL is the language that wrangles all the raw data, and the Notebook LM is what delivers that final story and can even handle interactive chat. And to get off the ground fast, their whole foundation is built on a metadata mart and a Power Platform. This approach is really the key to their speed. See, instead of building everything from scratch, they're using existing, robust platforms to do the heavy lifting. That frees them up to focus on the secret sauce, the part that makes their product totally unique. But look, great tech is only half the battle, right? You need a smart business plan to actually make it all work. So let's check out the simple rules they've set to turn this idea into a real protected company. This quote pretty much says it all. Grow as needed. It's the lean startup mantra. What it really means is staying agile, making smart decisions, and only expanding when the business itself demands it. That's what keeps them fast and flexible in a world full of slow-moving giants. And right from day one, they're protecting their idea and themselves. A non-disclosure agreement keeps their intellectual property safe, which is huge. And limited liability insurance acts as that crucial safety net. Even for a two-person team, these things are just non-negotiable. You can't skip these steps. So this all leaves us with a really fascinating question. We've seen a blueprint that combines incredibly powerful, accessible AI with a hyper-lean two-person business model. And it really makes you wonder how many other industries are on the verge of being reshaped, not by some giant corporation, but by a couple of people with a brilliant idea and the right AI toolkit. The age of the two-person unicorn, it might be a lot closer than we think.